everybody? How y'all doing? It is your girl, you see the knowledge. Lady Mocha, represent Mocha's Cafe. Jazz paddlers, where I'm always serving you wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual awareness. Big ups to all of my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys, my ladies. Thank y'all so much. My channel is consistently growing. So again, I know it's not going without you guys, without you ladies, y'all support my movement. So again, I appreciate each and every one of y'all. For all of you who have recently subscribed, I welcome you to Mocha's Cafe de Paris family. If this is your first time here and checking out any of my content, and you like the content that I post today, please make sure before you exit the building that you like, you share, you subscribe, okay? So, no further ado, we got to get into this, y'all. I've been meaning to talk on this topic for a very long time because this is something I'm starting to notice, especially a lot within the industry. But I know it's not just something that industry women experience, like these celebrities, these actresses, these singers, these models. It's basically called the beauty crisis. The beauty crisis. And I know some of you may not be aware of it, and some of you may be aware of where I'm going with this. So for those of you who aren't aware of what the beauty crisis is, the beauty crisis is when a woman has experienced a very unpleasant situation in a marriage or a relationship. In most cases, it relates to infidelity. Basically something has occurred in a marriage or a relationship in which infidelity was involved. And whenever a woman has experienced any type of infidelity, especially if it's known publicly, and it's not to say even if it's not known publicly that a woman is less embarrassed or less hurt. Any woman that's been cheated on can tell you it's very hurtful. It's very damaging. And it does a lot to your self-esteem, and it's even worse when you are a star. At least average women, we can grieve, deal with our embarrassment. We can deal with it in private. We can deal with it discreetly. But when you are a star like these women, these are just a few examples, because they're not the only women in the industry that have experienced it. It's been many. But when you experience that type of embarrassment, especially when your husband or your companion is very well known in the industry, your companion is a basketball player like Lala Anthony's husband, ex-husband, Carmelo Anthony, not only had one child on her, had two children on her, within their marriage. And of course, a lot of people gave Lala Anthony a lot of heat for it, basically making it seem as if, she's over 40, she done hit the wall, where's she going to go from here? Ain't no other man in the industry going to pick up where, Carmelo Anthony left off. She's never going to find a man that's going to fulfill his shoes, so a lot of people kind of dragged her, for leaving her husband, her ex-husband, Carmelo. They basically tried to drag her and make it seem like, it's her loss, even though this man has had two children on her from two totally different women, so it's bad enough he did it once, but then you go and do it a second time. So you definitely have no remorse. You have no compassion for what you're emotionally taking me through as your wife, So, ever since her divorce from Carmelo Anthony, people are starting to notice that Lala is becoming more and more transparent. Something we're not used to her doing, because she's always been pretty classy. She's always been well together, during her marriage. You never seen her dress really explicit. And ever since that divorce, especially the public humiliation of it, especially after this second woman came out claiming to have a child from Carmelo Anthony, you could just tell at that point she had totally given up. So now that divorce is finalized, and her son is getting older, now she's out there, she's dressing more revealing than she ever was. She's dressing more explicit. Her clothes are becoming more and more revealing. We're seeing her act out in a way in which we know, it's has everything to do with the pain and the shame and the embarrassment she had to endure. Now, it's not to say she's never been a sexy woman already. It's not to say she's never been a beautiful woman already, but just the fact that she had to endure that type of public humiliation, um, she's reached a place now in which she feels like she has to find herself again. And a lot of women who experience this, they have to find themselves again through their sex appeal. And I don't know what it is, but we'll go more further into that, in which women feel like in order to feel liberated, in order to feel appealing and worthy, we have to be so revealing, we have to dress so provocatively, just to feel desirable. But we're going to go more into that. So, um, Lala Anthony's one example. Then you have Mary J. Blige, which we know her ex-husband, Kendu Isaacs. We know that divorce went very ugly, very messy. She ended up having to pay this man a large substantial amount of money, and on top of that, to add insult to injury, he was having an affair with the female that she was mentoring. So, this dude really had the balls, to want half of Mary J. Blige's hard-earned money, because he couldn't handle the fact this woman didn't want to be with him anymore after you've been exposed messing with a female who she was trying to help build a career, and y'all both are right up under her nose doing it. So, um, he had the audacity to get angry with Mary J. Blige because she no longer wanted him. So he went after her money, and can't really knock them. Women do it all the time too. Women have always, during a divorce or a messy relationship, women have been doing it for years. They go directly to a man's pockets. When the woman has been burnt or scorned, she knows how to hurt a man is to go through his pockets. So, we can't be sexist or biased and feel like Kendu Isaacs was wrong because he a man, you know, even though he was wrong because he was already in the wrong. But we know how people do when it come to money. When it come to money, when it come to divorce is never pretty. Divorce is always ugly. You will always see the ugly side come out. You know what I mean? So there's no such thing as a clean divorce. So anyway, after that humiliation, Mary J. Blige did several interviews explaining, how she felt that she had given Kendu Isaacs way more credit than he deserved. She kept going on saying, I perceived this man as my knight in shining armor. I was perceiving it as a fairy tale when in actuality, it was just pure hell. I'm walking around acting like I'm happy, on a red carpet, because basically, I was so damaged as a woman when this man came to me. He felt like he was my savior, and that's what happens as a woman when you're so damaged and a man picks you up or comes into your life during such a dark place. He can appear as your savior when really he's not really your savior. He just came into your space while you was in a dark place. And it doesn't take much for somebody to build you up and uplift you, depending on how broken you are. You know what I'm saying? So, basically, Mary J. Blige went through the beauty crisis. She started taking more and more bikini pictures. I never even knew she could get naked. Until the divorce with Kendu Isaacs. She's all in these different magazines, now she's naked, she's exposing her body even more. And, we're not used to seeing the side of Mary J. Blige because she's always been a boss chick, always wore the baddest clothes, the baddest boots. She was always even sexy and beautiful with her clothes on. But something about that humiliation and the fact that this man cheated on her with a female that was younger than her and all of that, it just did something to Mary mentally and emotionally, to where her only way of trying to feel desired was through making herself more sexually appealing, flaunting her goodies. And that's exactly what she started doing. When Mary J. Blige, we started seeing more and more and more of her body, her being more and more open with herself. And this is not the Mary J. Blige we're used to seeing. But again, this is that beauty crisis. When you've come from a broken relationship or you've experienced infidelity, again, it brings out a side in you in which you begin to feel so undesirable that now you starting to feel like, I got to put myself out there more to feel desirable. But we'll go more into that as this content goes on. And then we have Tammy. If any of y'all are love and hip hop fans, um, Tammy to me has always been a very beautiful young woman. She's always been very humble, very kind. I've never seen Tammy really get ratchet. Her name's Tammy Rivera. If you are a fan of love and hip hop, well, Atlanta. I used to be a fan of love and hip hop Atlanta. But I stopped watching it because it started becoming more and more scripted, more and more ratchet. And it's so phony now. I just cannot get into love and hip hop. I can't get into any of them now. I just don't watch them. I haven't watched them. I haven't watched Love and Hip Hop in years. I haven't watched any of them. But when I was watching Love and Hip Hop, I remember Tammy Rivera and her rapper boyfriend at the time, which they're not together anymore, as far as I know, Waka Flocka. You could tell on the season they were really struggling trying to get their relationship together. It was a struggle. The relationship between Tammy and Walker was on, off, on, off. 1 minute they fighting for it, next minute they fighting against it. It was very turbulent, and it had a lot to do with Waka Flocka had cheated on Tammy. Not once, not twice, but several times. Now whenever you're with these rapper boyfriends, whenever you're with these men in the industry, like Lala Anthony was with Carmelo Anthony, this popular, what he plays, basketball, these athletes, professional athletes. There's a lot that comes with that territory. You have a lot of women who want to be with men who got a lot of money, but it's a lot of drama that comes with a man who has a lot of money, because it's so many women that are pursuing them. And the point of the matter is too, it's like being a kid in a candy store. You let a kid go in the candy store and they see all that different candy. They're not just going to get one kind. You give a kid $20 and you let a kid go in the candy store and you say, hey, you get any candy you want. Make sure it's no more than $20. That kid is going to go crazy with them $20. Okay? He's going to get every candy he sees. You know what I mean? And whenever you're dealing with a man in the industry, a rapper, a producer, an athlete, they got all this candy. They got all this candy. They got all these different varieties of women, like 31 flavors, all these are 30 assorted flavors, like Baskin Robbins. They got all these women. Light skin, high yellow, dark skin, brown skin, long hair, no hair, big booty, no booty, all these different women. And the odds of them just settling in with one, especially when they're young and they're immature, especially if he's selfish, especially if he already has hoish tendencies, you very well are going to experience a lot of infidelity. And there's a lot of women who have experienced it. I mean, God bless his soul, Kobe Bryant. He got caught up in the scandal. We saw what it did to his marriage, and it took years for it to get back on track. But once he had that one exposure, you never heard about him getting caught up in anything else, So you have some men who learn from it that one time and say, you know what? It ain't worth it. I'm not going to lose my marriage, lose my kids, have to kick out X amount of alimony. Let me sit my ass down and be a faithful man. At least I know my wife will have my back. She's going to take care of me. These groupies, yeah, they fun. And they might have a good time with them every once in a while, but it's too much that comes along with it. Hair is every woman's crown and glory. So women have invested in hundreds all over the world trying to find the perfect hair oil to suit their needs. There are so many types of hair oils in the beauty supply industry that it makes it pretty difficult to choose which hair oil is right for you. Well, look no further. Rejuvenate is here. Some of these oils are watered down with other oils such as canola oil and soybean oil, which takes away the purity of the natural oils. Many oil companies do this so they can stretch the product of the oil to fit more in the bottle, making it appear as if you are getting a lot for your money's worth, but you are actually getting more artificial oil. So beware of oils that don't say 100% oil in the ingredients. Rejuvenate does exactly what it means. It rejuvenates the roots, revitalizing dead hair follicles, bringing roots back to life. Many women are suffering from alopecia, and others are experiencing breakage that's causing excessive shedding. Unlike most hair oils that usually only consist of 4 or less types of oils, each bottle of Rejuvenate consists of 18 herbs. No artificial oils have been added to stretch the product. Some of these oils include black rice oil, red pimento, mango seed, papaya, rosemary, hemp seed, sweet almond oil, black castor oil, aloe vera, peppermint, lavender, avocado oil, nettle extract, ginkgo extract, clove pear oil, flaxseed oil, shea powder, and so much more. Yes, these 2-ounce bottles have 18 different herbs, all 100% oils. Each purchase will come with a mini pamphlet explaining the purpose of each unique herb. All other herbs are special ingredients and cannot be disclosed for copyright purposes. Keep in mind that some of you may have certain things that you may be allergic to that your scalp may not necessarily agree with, which may cause an allergic reaction. So please consult with your physician before utilizing the product, and I further recommend a skin patch test before applying oil throughout the entire scalp or skin. This oil can be used as a hot oil treatment or for everyday use. Oil should not have to be applied no more than 2 to 3 times per week. Men that are also experiencing hair loss or hair breakage can also benefit from Rejuvenate's hair follicle stimulator oil. Each batch of oil takes up to 3 weeks to ferment before it is actually shipped off to customers. Rejuvenate is $8 per bottle, or you can purchase up to 2 bottles for up to $14. This is a limited time offer, so you will get $2 off purchasing 2 bottles. This does not include shipping and handling fees. You have up to 5 days to return product and up to 15 days to request refund in the event there's an issue with the product on the order. Unlike other oils, Rejuvenate is homemade. I specifically take my time and prepare each batch custom made before shipping to customer. Order your bottle of Rejuvenate so you can bring your roots back to life. All information of where to purchase will be included below. Thank you for your support. These groupies are always scheming. They're always scamming. So you have some men that got enough sense to hurry and jump out of there, once they see the heat is getting turned up on them, and it's causing problems with their money, it's causing problems with their endorsements, with their career, with their marriage. You have some men that don't lallydag and they don't play in that pool too long because they know it's too much that goes along with it. But you have others who will not, that lack discipline. They just don't have any discipline. They will screw as many women anytime, anywhere, and then on the top of that, getting these women pregnant. Giving these women the access to gain financial, income, from them being reckless. You know what I mean? And not only that, it definitely causes problems with the marriage. Now, getting back to this beauty crisis, this is the reason why you have women, and these are just an examples. It's thousands, it's millions of women that have experienced what Lala Anthony has experienced, Mary J. Blige, Tammy Rivera. It's a lot of women that have experienced this, and it's called the beauty crisis. When you have experienced a man cheating on you, having an affair on you with multiple women, not even just multiple women, one woman, it can really destroy your spirit. It really takes a toll on you as a woman, because as a woman, you want to be your husband's everything. And you know that even though there's other pretty women in the world, women that's more attractive than you, women that got nicer bodies than you want your husband or your companion, your soulmate, you want him to only desire you. And it's one thing to know or assume that your significant other is interested in other women, but when you actually have actual factual facts and there's proof he's been with these women, It's proof because he has had a child from this woman. It's proof because, paparazzi are, this man wasn't even smart enough to hide it. Matter of fact, Khloe Kardashian is a perfect example. I should have put her ass in the thumbnail because she's a perfect example. That's why she's getting all this surgery done. That's why she keeps bleaching her hair. If she bleaches her hair anymore, she might as well, become a sponsor of Clorox because that's just how much Khloe Kardashian keeps bleaching her hair. But she's a perfect example of a woman that's going through the beauty crisis. We've seen Tristan Thompson embarrass and humiliate the hell out of Khloe Kardashian so many times because she thought it was going to be different for her because she decided to cross over and date a brother and ended up getting something that all black women have gotten. So she thought she was going to be the numero uno. She thought she was going to be, one of the few that was going to have a one-up, only to find out, Tristan Thompson is not going to give you any more privilege. You don't have the complexion for the connection, dear. Some men are just dogs. Some men are just no good. It does not matter if you light skin, brown skin, flat ass, big ass. You have some men that just have, animal instincts, and they're going to jump on any and every, thing they feel like, they could smash. You just have some dudes that are just like that. You know what I mean? And again, when you're dealing with a man in the industry, most industry dudes, until they mature, until they get older, they're going to be hitting everything they see with two legs, until they realize it's costing them money, it's costing them peace of mind, because these women keep taking them to court, wanting extra money. They done lost their marriages behind it. So, that's just because of the territory. But the reason why women like Khloe Kardashian and Mary J. Blige and them, they do this is because when a man has cheated on you, it makes you feel undesirable. Okay? It makes you feel undesirable. It makes you feel unworthy. Now, I'm speaking in terms if you're a woman that's actually been in a relationship or married. Now, I'm not, if y'all been dating and you already, catching feelings and you were jumping on the deep end, now you just have something mentally going on wrong in your psyche. In a marriage and a relationship is different because you're supposed to be in love. You're supposed to confide in your partner. You're supposed to be desired by him. And you're supposed to want to be desired by him. Any woman that's with a man, you want your man to desire you. You want to be the woman that he craves sexually, mentally, and emotionally. And then when they get caught in the scandal and you find out this man has been cheating on you, he has been deceiving you, he's gotten another woman knocked up and pregnant, it really takes a toll on your self-esteem, on your spirit. And this is the reason why these women, once the divorce or the relationship has come to an end, once they have reached that point, okay, I'm no longer with this man, I'm still hurting, I'm still healing, they go through the beauty crisis in which this is the only way they can find healing. That's why Lala Anthony, all of a sudden, all of her Instagram pics are becoming more and more explicit. Mary J. Blige, she's being more and more revealing with her body. And Tammy Rivera, almost every day she's posted an explicit pic. You see her in lingeries. She went from wearing short dresses and booty shorts, not in straight lingeries. It's gotten to a point to where, women are putting too much of themselves out there. And this is why men don't really have no interest in getting to really know us, because we're putting so much out there and we don't give men a chance to desire us, because a lot of y'all are inviting men into your bedroom and y'all don't even know it. And this is what I mean by that. As a woman, if you're posting on your social media, you're posting a picture of yourself in a lingerie, okay? Unless you're advertising for a lingerie company and making some money or whatever. But if you're just posting random pics because that's your way of feeling sexy, that is your way of gaining attention and feeling desirable for men. But what you're not realizing is you're inviting these men into your bedroom. You're giving them the privilege of seeing something that he should have to earn. He shouldn't be able to just get free enjoyment. It's so many women, and we're wondering, this is why men don't have the desires for us like we want them to have. They don't really take interest in us. Social media has ruined a lot of us as women because we have put so much ourselves out there. Certain things just don't need to be seen until you and that man have been together long enough to now y'all have reached that place of intimacy where you can actually invite him into your bedroom to see all of what he never knew you had. This is an enjoyment to him because he's seeing this side of you that he never had the privilege to be able to see coming from you. So guess what? This moment of intimacy is going to be exciting and inviting for him because you're giving him something thousands of other men did not get the privilege to see through the computer screen. Okay? This is something, you're giving him a gift that no other man had the privilege of being able to see. Now, you have to realize it's no different, ladies, to give y'all a better picture of what I'm saying. When you are shopping and you go to a certain women's boutique and they sell nothing but women's clothes, you see how they have that display item, how you see a mannequin when you first walk in the store, and you see a mannequin wearing a badass dress, and you tell the the worker, when she asks you, says, do you need anything? Is there anything I can help you with? And you tell her, yes, I like that dress on that mannequin right there. Do y'all have that in a size 10? Oh, I don't know. Let me go check in the back. Let me see if I can have, if we have it in a size 10. Now, what caught your eye was when you first saw that dress on that mannequin, right? She comes back and tell you, well, ma'am, I apologize, but we don't have any more of those. That's the last one we have, which is on that mannequin. And of course, she tells you now other women have tried it on, but if you would like to buy it and it's a size 10, we'll take a few, we'll bring it down. We'll give you a discount since it's a display item. And of course, you might be like, nah, I don't think I want something that other women have tried on. She said, well, I tell you what, I got a dress better than that I didn't get a chance to put on a mannequin yet because we just got a new shipment. Let me show you this dress. And you see this dress and you see it's a badass dress. Nobody else saw it yet. It wasn't put on a mannequin yet. And the lady told you this is a new addition. Nobody has this dress. And you see it's a badass dress. What dress are you going to get? You're going to get that badass dress that nobody's seen, nobody bought yet, nobody touched, because you want to be the first. That is how men perceive women. Even these ones who walk around, these men who walk around acting like, women aren't valuable and women ain't this and women ain't that. These are the main ones. If they get the right type of female that they know ain't been around the block, these men can get got. These dudes try to sit up here act so hardcore because they listen to Kevin Samuels, they listen to Funky and Fresh, whatever, all these dudes. And the right woman, especially a woman who he knows hasn't been sampled yet, like samples at Costco, hasn't been touched yet. He gets the right woman in his element, all that alpha male BS is going to go out the window. And that's what a lot of women are understanding as going through the beauty crisis. You're feeling unworthy because of something that has happened to you during your duration in a broken relationship or a broken marriage. This is the reason why Lala Anthony, Khloe Kardashian, Tammy Rivera, Mary J. Blige, all of these women, they do this because women, especially in the industry, that have thousands of men that are already desiring them, that got posters of them hanging up, in a gym room or all of that. It's very disheartening when, as a celebrity, you got all these men who desire you. And the one man who you truly love and want to be with, he got the audacity to cheat on you. When you got all these male fans that just want one moment to be with a woman of your status, of their status. And here it is, the one man you love, he going to have the audacity to cheat. And this is how women think. Women like this think because they're beautiful, they're exotica, light skin, brown skin, millionaire, got all this talent and all this notoriety. They just really think in some cases that they got the game on lock. Like they should be exempt from a man cheating on them or messing around on them. But what a lot of ladies got to understand, a man cheating on you has nothing, it says nothing about you. It has everything to do with them. You have some dudes that are just selfish. That's why that saying that, a lot of these coleslaws, whole slaws, appetizers. Well, if you was doing what you was supposed to do, your man wouldn't be cheating on you. If you was satisfying him or pleasing him, he would have never messed around on you. You have some men that just got, animal instincts. It got nothing to do with the fact that they're not being fed at home or not being taken care of at home or the wife isn't doing her job. You just have some men that lack discipline. They don't care if the wife is cooking, cleaning, doing everything right. Once he gets in an environment where he has all of this candy and he lacks discipline, he's not going to turn it down. So when you're dealing with men who got all this variety, hell, even broke dudes now, even broke dudes who don't have the variety of choices, like, Anthony Carmelo and Kendu Isaacs and Waka Flocka and Tristan Thompson and all of them, a broke dude, he could get one option and then jump off the deep end and cheat. Me personally, I feel like this. A man is only as faithful as his options. That's my opinion. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that all men are cheaters, all men are liars, but men who have not gotten them animal instincts out of his system, you know what I'm saying? And especially on top of that, he has fame, he has notoriety, he has money, he has success. He's going to be very dangerous with his penis unless he got discipline. He lacking discipline, he's an accident waiting to happen. So you have these women, that's why they're doing that. A lot of it is all this being explicit, dressing revealing. A lot of them are still healing through pain, through embarrassment, through hurt. And what they have to do is put up this united front by using their bodies, their beauty and their booty to convince themselves, I am still worthy. I am still desirable. They need that reassurance from other men that's desiring them, because they did not get that feeling of desirement. That's not even the word. But they didn't get that feeling of being desired when they were with men that they were in love with. Okay? So in order to feel desire and to feel worthy, this is where the dressing explicit, being revealing, and being so open. They need reassurance. They want men to compliment them, to make them feel what they should have been feeling in that broken marriage and that broken relationship. They want men to tell them they're pretty, they're sexy, you're beautiful. They want the likes, they want the thumb up, they want the love emojis. They want that assurance that they're still beautiful, because the men that they were with did not make them feel that. Once a man has cheated on you, you automatically feel ugly. I don't care what a woman says. You automatically feel ugly. You feel unattractive. It could be, let me tell you something. It could be a million men in the street tell you fine as hell, but that one man that you love and treasure, if he don't want you, it don't even matter if the other men, millions, are checking for you. It's nothing like being desired by the man who you truly want, the man who you truly in love with, the man that's your husband, the man you have a child from, the man that you have built years and years of a connection with. One real compliment from a man you love will outweigh 1,000 compliments from men who you don't know and don't love. And all this is that these women are still hurting, and they're hiding behind it by flaunting their goodies, flaunting their success. That is part of their healing process. And do I blame them? I mean, no. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do to make yourself feel good. I would rather them do this than to commit suicide, than to drink themselves to death, than to get into drugs, alcohol. You know, we've seen what relationships do to women. Um, how a lot of women jump off the deep end, especially when they've been publicly humiliated. Look at Wendy Williams. You know, her ex-husband Kevin Hunter publicly humiliated her. Didn't have an ounce of respect by at least not flaunting his young mistress around with their baby, with the baby girl that Wendy Williams had from Kevin Hunter once upon a time, but she lost that child. Here it is, this man started a newfound life. She's seeing this man live a newfound life right before her eyes. And that's hard because women, we are emotional creatures. When you see a man who you giving all your heart, all your love, your soul, your spirit, and he walking around starting a brand new chapter as if y'all never even had a goddamn chapter. And see, Wendy Williams, she done got too old enough for her age to do what Lala and Mary J. Blige is doing. She can't go through that beauty crisis. She done had so much surgery over the years, and then she has aged terribly. So you know, she can't do that. And I'm sure if Wendy Williams could, she would. And that's why Wendy Williams is deteriorating right before our eyes, because she can't even go through the beauty crisis. Her beauty, she destroyed that years ago with all that surgery. And I'm sure she probably did all of that to try to keep Kevin Hunter happy, you know, to try to continue to look young. And that's why women, you got to be careful with all the surgery while you're young, because as you get older, that surgery may come back and take a toll on you and haunt you. May start making you age earlier than you ever imagined. So you got to be careful going up under that knife, ladies. And a lot of women, they do this all because they are so in love with that one man. And see, the problem is, if you wasn't already whole before you got with these men, you needed these men to make yourself whole, and they cheat on you, they embarrass you, do something to humiliate you. Once they leave, the whole part of you is gone. That's what happened with Wendy Williams. Once Kevin Hunter left, her spirit left. Why you think she's deteriorating? And she's aging terribly. This woman is in a wheelchair. She can't even walk, you know. And it's not just with women. I'll say same thing with men. You know, you put so much love and energy into one woman, and you find out the woman been using you all this time. She only been with you because you had money, only wanted you because you was able to play Captain Save 'em. And now that you're in a situation where you can't save her no more, you don't have the money you used to have, she leaves you. Now you feeling unworthy and less of a man. It's very important that as a man and as a woman, you have to be whole. You have to be whole before you find your significant other. Don't try to become whole through your companion, because if that person mistreats you or does you in or takes advantage of you, you know you're going to be broken. You know, but that's what's going on with these ladies. It's the beauty crisis. These women have been cheated on. They have been disrespected and humiliated. They're trying to heal by being openly revealed. You know, they're revealing themselves, dressing provocatively. This is the only way they can gain validation. However, the truth of the matter is, what a lot of these women would not admit is that no matter how revealing and provocative they dress, you know, and these men complimenting them, these men are thumbing them up, these men are commenting and telling them how beautiful and sexy they look on their social media, it doesn't bring that much fulfillment. Compliments can only medicate a woman but so much and for but so long. All of these women are still broken. And until they find real spiritual healing, until they really find, until they get psychiatric help or real therapy, until they get some mental healing, spiritual healing, they're going to still feel broken. It doesn't matter how many of these men compliment them on the outside, how many of these men try to build them up. These men say things to them for the moment to make them feel good. They're still going to feel empty. That's basically what I'm saying. they're still not going to be fulfilled until they really get some spiritual and mental healing. Doesn't matter how many movie scenes Lala Anthony does. Doesn't matter how much business ventures she does. It doesn't matter how much magazine covers Mary J. Blige does, and new music she puts out there, putting all her soul and her expressing all her feelings and her brokenness in her music. Or Tammy Rivera, posting all these provocative pictures on her Instagram. All of these things women are doing to find healing. It's not going to mentally put them back together. It's not going to give them that fulfillment of wholeness. It's just temporary fulfillment. Most fulfillment has to come from God. God has to you have to totally surrender. Give yourself to God. Let him heal you. Let him rebuild you. And he will reveal to you what you really need in order for you to get back to that place of wholeness where you're not feeling so broken. That's what a lot of these Hollywood individuals ain't understanding. It has nothing to do with how big you buy your house. Has nothing to do with how many cars you buy. Has nothing to do with how many new movies you get. You get some spotlight in it. All of these things are wonderful, and it's not to say that you should not strive to be successful, but most of our wholeness is going to come through God himself. Everything else on this earth is just temporary fulfillment. It's just temporary satisfaction. So I say all that to say this. Women, if you are struggling with a beauty crisis, just keep in mind that compliments, getting praises, men, drooling over your pictures, drooling over you, it's not going to bring you the self-satisfaction you really need to heal and move forward. That's something that you're going to have to go into your spiritual closet and ask God to purge you of the things that are making you want to feel desired. Yes, I know this man hurt me. He embarrassed me. He humiliated me. He made me believe that we had something special. He made me believe I was the only woman he ever desired or ever wanted, only to find out that this man has publicly humiliated me, embarrassed me. And God, now I'm out here, I'm trying to seek fulfillment. I'm trying to seek validation. I'm trying to seek approval, and I'm still feeling empty. I'm still feeling broken. A woman has to get to that place where she has to realize that some things are just too deep for other people to fulfill. It could only be fulfilled through God and God himself. And same thing for you men out here. Y'all have to be very careful. Don't think your success and your money, your popularity, will make you exempt from women cheating on you, lying to you, deceiving you, taking advantage of you. You got demons on so many different levels. All demons are not just unattractive, overweight women. You got demons that are very beautiful, that are shaped very nicely. So you also have to ask God for spiritual discernment as well, because some of you guys, y'all are just picking up the wrong type of women, and you're teaching and preaching to the younger men that are coming up. Y'all are giving them the wrong ideal of what is considered as a good woman. She has to be a 10. She has to be this. She has to be that. You're setting these young men up for failure because y'all are giving them the wrong concept of what is really a good woman. And the good woman is not just how she looks, but it's the spirit that she carries as a woman. So anyway, y'all, leave y'all comment below. Let me know what y'all think about this beauty crisis situation. Do you think that there's a lot of women in the industry that are doing this? I want y'all to elaborate on it more. Give me more y'all intake, on what y'all think is another element of the beauty crisis that I probably did not mention. So anyway, I appreciate y'all for listening to my content. Make sure y'all hit that like button now before y'all exit the building. Hit the like button. It is free. It's not going to cost you anything. If y'all haven't already, keep in mind, I do sell cable. I have 7,000 channels. I got it on special for $18 a month. Okay, usually I charge $25. But I'm going to sell my cable to my subscribers. $18 a month, 7,000 channels. You got a Fire Stick, I can connect your cable today. I give you all the HBO, all the stars, all the free live pay-per-view events. I got you. Hit me up, email me, cafedeparis79@yahoo.com, and I can give you 7,000 channels, live stream, $18 a month. You can't even beat that. But you need a Fire Stick and you need high-speed internet connection. If y'all got that cheap ass, um, government access, internet access, then it's not going to work. You're going to need at least 20 gigabytes or higher to get good live streaming quality. Because I've had people who got my cable and they was complaining about how my cable wasn't good. But when I asked them about the high-speed internet, they telling me they got under 11 gigabytes. I said, well, no wonder you getting poor live streaming quality. So you make sure you have high-speed internet. Those of you ladies, don't forget, I'm still selling my Rejuvenate hair oil, 18 herbs. It's on special also. I think I'm doing $8 a bottle. So make sure you purchase your bottle today. Guys, I also got y'all. I'm also selling my Swag Central beard oil for $8 a bottle. Support the movement, y'all. I got a lot of different things going on. I'm trying to get some seeds. Blessed through my congregation of content. So make sure y'all do that. So anyway, I'm gonna get ready to shut it down. It is your diva in knowledge, Lady Mocha. Remember, I'm gonna always pour you a cup of truth and I'm gonna always break you off a slice of knowledge. Y'all be blessed.